Not much of a farm vehicle that, is it? Seized the engine. Oh, poor beast. Tough luck. Got a wee party of cows following me this morning. Morning, Holly. What a beast. Big breakdown. It's the drill working there. Good morning. Frosty start again. Just away off to Stirling, pick up medicine that I ordered yesterday for the cows. It's for E. coli and a few other bits and bobs, but I need to pick that up. Roads look lethal. There we go, Rotovec, 7 bottles of that. So this one bottle will do 5 animals, 2 ml dose. So I'll upload this to Breeder, it's the app I use. It's got all the cattle on it, all the calves, and then you have a medicine cabinet, which I'll add that to, kind of a virtual medicine cabinet. And then when you use the medicine, you upload that as well to each beast you're doing. And then you get a record of each animal's history of medicine use, and also it tells you what medicines you've got left in your cupboard, things like that. So it's really handy. Just dropping off a van at the garage, and here's the Discovery. Seized the engine. Oh, poor beast. That van's going in. Engine management issues. Discovery's out of action, so I'm not using that to feed the pigs. One of the vans is just out of action, so the other 2 vans are busy. So I've just nabbed my brother's car. He might not be too happy that I'm jumping in it with a boiler chute, smelling the pigs. Tough luck. That's the porkers fed up. Just going to bed them now. Just roll a bale out here and pitchfork. You normally don't really see the pigs in the morning because it's really dark, so can't see anything with the camera, so it's like a waste of time. But because I went to get the medicine first thing this morning, you can actually see because it's light in here. Done and dusted at yard 2, off to yard 3 to feed the calves. As of Monday, it's Friday today, Kev will be back feeding the calves because he feeds all the animals that are at yard number 3. So I'll just have this yard to come to in the morning. Bullocks here are needing some grub, their feeder's even filled up, so we've got a couple of buckets into that, and the feed pile's just about empty. By the time I get another bucket out of the pile, it'll basically be empty. The bruiser's coming this afternoon to bruise some more, so that's fine. So the barley that's getting bruised this afternoon, we're going to get obviously rapeseed pellets mixed through it, but they're at this yard and they need to go home to get mixed up. But we don't have a Discovery to tow the flatbed. Could do it with a big, could just do it with a tractor and tractor flatbed, but update tomorrow on the Discovery, so we'll have a vehicle tomorrow to tow with, so I'll just do it tomorrow. One bucket, this takes 2 full buckets. Oh, it'll take a bit more. I might not, because I still need to feed the calves obviously every morning, so I don't want to completely empty it, because we'll not get feed back here for about 3 or 4 days. That'll keep the bullocks going at least a week and a half, I think, so that'll do. Not much of a farm vehicle that, is it? They've noticed. Here they come. Pretty nippy when they want to be. Quicker than me anyway. Barley bruisers on the way, so clearing a gap again. That's a kind of gap for wood chips and feed at the moment. Question of the day today. Location and age. I'm curious. You get stats, I get stats through YouTube of the age groups that watch and the location. So you just get country, you don't get anything further detailed in country, but put that down below, where you're watching from and how old are you. Just fed the coos at this side. Now oh, here's the bruiser. Just arrived there. Bruiser's just arrived and I'm just opening up here to get barley to get bruised. Right, we'll just start filling this up and get it bruised. I'm just going to feed the cows as well, because we'll start putting the bruised stuff out and they'll be pushing on the gates to get through. Valtra 194 gets on well with that tractor. Coming up in 10,000 miles, I think. Miles? Hours. So doing a double batch. We did a single batch just to do us over the Christmas period. We've got a bit of space in there now, do a double batch, which is 10 tonne bruise. That should do, between cows are getting a wee bit of it, there's Highland cows out there, the sheep are getting a dribble, and then a big chunk of it goes along to the calves and the bullocks along at yard number 3. Anything else? Percy gets a wee dolab, we fill a dolab full. Yeah, and between all that, a double batch will to a month. Almost. There we go. Molasses and acid. Can't remember the name of the acid, but I think that's kind of to neutralise it. Molasses binds it together so there's less dust, and it's a wee bit of sweetness, so the cows like it. And then the big hopper that holds the grain, and then you've got big old rollers in there that have a tiny wee gap between them, so it crushes the barley and breaks it open. If it's not broken open, it'll just pass straight through the cows out the other end and won't get digested. It's a smart setup, so the boom, the auger system, sits straight when you're in transport. It's got this ram on it and a kind of, I don't know what degree, 70-degree pivot, so it can go off to that side by 35 degrees ish and off to that side by 35 degrees depending on where you're reversed into a shed or whatever. So obviously there's not much room in here, so being able to pivot over there, or if you want it over there, ideal. This is the hopper, so I'm just filling this up with a forklift. I'm just going to let it die down a wee bit. There is wee viewing windows up there. There's 1, 2, 3 I think, so I can see from that side when it's dropped down past the viewing window. So see that top viewing window? It's empty now. That one's full, so get a wee bit of a gauge of what's happening. There we go. That's 4 buckets so far. 1 more bucket and that'll be almost 5 ton. It'll be, well, that'll be about 4.5, 4.2 maybe. Done. There's a wee balance left in here, a wee bit more than 10 ton. That's the feed done. I'm just getting a wee order of eggs. There's someone coming to collect eggs. They must be short. We've usually got vans out twice a week, but they must be short, so they're coming to pick some up. Right, back down to the new hens. Need to be careful when you open doors just because you can get a fright. They're a bit spooky for the first few weeks. There we go. They've started to eat the feed down a bit, so I'm going to go and run the feeders and fill them up again. It's just on manual mode at the moment. Once we've run them for kind of a week or so and we know the track's all shined up and moving well, we'll put it onto the automatic where it's on a timer, and the feeders will fill themselves. There you go. Nice wee hen. Try the inside one. See, it's just struggling there. Still full of feed, the inside one. Nah, I'm gonna leave that one for now, let them run it down a bit more. There we go. Let's get a slow-mo of that. Feed track's done, filled up. Keep these hens going for a wee while. They'll be fine till tomorrow morning when they'll get more food again. Bale grab ammonia straw to shift. Also need to alter this ram. I'll just weld on another piece of tube on the end so it's extended by the width of the tube. So pin will go through another tube a bit further out and that'll make it a wee bit longer. It will sit slightly more closed, but it's fine because it sits plenty open, and it'll just mean it'll close a wee bit further because it just doesn't close quite enough. It works, but when you've got some dodgy bales or some loose bales, it doesn't work. We've only got a month left of using ammonia straw, so I think we're going to have plenty. I get questions all the time about the ammonia treated wheat straw, so I'm going to title this video Ammonia Treated Wheat Straw. I'm going to explain everything about the wheat straw just now so that I can then just reply to people saying watch this video. So we've got cows that need to be fed through the winter. We don't have a lot of grassland, so what works for us is ammonia treated wheat straw because we produce quite a lot of wheat and we don't bale much of our wheat. We chop most of it, so we've got a bit spare. We can just make, we made 200 bales this year. What happens is it's baled ideally with a wee bit of moisture first thing in the morning with a bit of a dew, or just straight behind the combine. That helps. It's then wrapped, then a tanker with ammonia in it comes along, pierces the bale, injects ammonia into it, then seals it off again with a sticker like that. So that's where they pierced into it and then sealed it off again. It needs about 2 weeks for the ammonia to act, and then after that you can pierce the bales, you can strip them, you can do what you want with them. They don't go off at all. When the straw is treated with ammonia, it allows the cows to digest it a lot more, and it becomes the equivalent of low to medium quality silage. Compared to silage, the moisture content is really low, so the bedding at the cows is really dry, and much prefer that to silage. It doesn't go through them so much. We will put the cows over to silage a month before calving, just because the silage has a good bit more nutrition, natural nutrition. We are supplementing the cows with straw balancer minerals, and that just accounts for the loss of selenium via this rather than silage. So selenium is the mineral that's missing. I think there might be one on, I can't remember off the top of my head, but straw balancer sorts that out. Because it doesn't go off, you can fill the feeders as full as you want, and they always eat them right clean and empty. There's never any rubbish left at the bottom. They don't go off, they don't mould. Even if a bale was pierced, it would just be like having straw rather than ammonia treated straw, so it wouldn't be as good quality a diet for them. It would just go through them a bit more rather than being digested, so it's not like it goes mouldy and they won't eat it. And that is everything that needs to be known about ammonia straw, I think. If not, comment below any other facts about ammonia treating wheat straw. Do the cows love it? Yes, they munch it and absolutely obliterate it. Whatever you put in that feeder is gone. Even the dregs below the feeder, they'll eat all them. Needing to get on with a few things out here. This is to be concreted on the shed and out and backwards behind me. Gonna make it a nicer yard so we don't drag any dregs into the shed. That's a job we could do with getting done just in the next few months. What don't I like about the ammonia straw? One, the cost of it. It's relatively expensive, especially this year. It was extra expensive just due to COVID and prices went up. It's not got the nutritional value that silage has. That's another negative. Not a lot not to like. Oh, another negative, when you open it up with a knife, it hits your eyes, hits the back of your throat. Still need to feed these hinders. They're getting food late today. That's that. All the feeders filled up. I'll bed them in the morning. They're just about needing bedded, so that'll be tomorrow morning's job. Just been on the phone to dealers and whatnot, tractor dealers, not drug dealers, sorting out various bits and bobs with tractors, just finalising a few things. We're pretty much there. So yeah, exciting. New shiny toy. It won't come for a good few months. Hopefully it'll arrive when they're thinking it'll arrive. Otherwise that'll cheese me off. It's sour grapes. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Also, updating here. Forklift's coming next week. I just got a phone call off of the forklift guys. Forklift's coming next week. We can start filling up those racks. But more importantly, the wee office is now actually an office. So it's all set up with internet and computers and a carpet. That's why my boots are off. It's a bit of an upgrade to the porta cabin. It's really nice and warm in here. Nice carpet floor. It's roasting, it's nice and toasty. Maybe I'll be having my piece in here. Who comes to a farm shop and abandons all the McDonald's wrappers? Bandit. Or Morrison's cups.
Do you see